Good morning, everyone. It's Louisa. This morning, I'm going to review the trade that I took this morning on NQ Futures. I took the trade for 722.19 RR. The trade started in London and then was completed in New York AM session. First, I'm going to play the trade, or at least part of the trade, and then I'm going to provide my analysis using these three ICT concepts. The first one is market maker, buy model, and sell model. Power of three, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, and thirdly, time. These are the core trading principles that I take every trade with. And if you don't mind liking, sharing, subscribing, because it encourages me to continue making these videos. Okay, let's jump into the video. So here I have in front of me on the left-hand side of the screen ES, and on the right-hand side of the screen I have NQ. This week Monday opened, and we can see that price on Monday came down quite low into this hourly BISI. Price has done nothing but move up all week, so we have been on the buy side of the market maker model. We can see that very clearly. We've been in a buy model, a very strong buy model. On on Wednesday, ES tapped or kissed the all-time highs. And that was a long time in coming. And so it kissed all-time highs and then dropped down into this hourly BISI here. On my chart, all of my major levels are on the hourly or 4-hour. On the right-hand side of the screen, we have NQ, and we can see that NQ did not take all-time highs, because here's all-time highs up here. But what was interesting was that, let me just make this a little bit bigger for you. What was interesting is that NQ did make a good stride above the previous month high and came into this hourly BISI area. This hourly BISI hasn't been tapped into for a while, so there was a lot of liquidity up here. For me, the most important part was that ES tapped all-time highs, but NQ did not. So last night, and I'm just going to focus on NQ before we rejoin with ES again, but last night we had the highs. I'll just go down to the 15 minutes here. We had London came into this inverted fair value gap. Now this inverted fair value gap commenced or started from Wednesday, January the 28th. This was this large BISI here as price moved up to make previous day, which is now previous day high. Price moved down, dropped into this 4-hour level. This is a 4-hour level that I've had in my chart for probably 2 months now, and we can see why, because price has been in this area since beginning of December. So it's a key level. So price moved back down into this level and then came back up into this inverted fair value gap. Price is mitigated, meaning that price has not taken out this previous high. So last night, knowing that ES has already taken or kissed at least, retapped into all-time highs and NQ has not. I found it interesting that price came back into this inverted fair value gap. Now, this is the third time that we've been in here. We've been in here once, twice. This is the third time. So in my view, in my framework, I thought there was very little probability that price would want to move higher. In fact, there was so much liquidity below us from the buy side of the market maker model that I thought on a Thursday, after having a week where primarily price has been in the premium area of price. So let's go down to the 5-minute here. We'll have a even closer look. So Asia yesterday dropped and then immediately started to climb right back into this inverted fair value gap. London dropped for 3 90-minute periods consecutively. This is showing me that there's weakness in price. Now I entered like this. I entered right here on this candle here. And you can see that I entered about 15 minutes too early. So I was stopped out and I re-entered the trade. And this is when price took the high. Then I knew for sure that we were going to have a pretty amazing run on price today. So I entered up here. I put my stop loss just above the inverted fair value gap. And from there, price started to drop. Price hit London low. And then continued to drop. Now we had 8:30 news. It was red folder news. I stayed in the trade, and I had my stop loss pretty much at break even. By the time red folder news opened, I already had 100 points on. So what I do in a situation like that, I don't want to be wicked out, but I still have full confidence that price is going to drop significantly today. So I have my my stop loss way up high that there's very little likelihood that price is going to take out a 100-point stop loss. So made it through the red folder news, and then let's just go down to smaller time frame here so I can show you every level that price went through. Once price landed in this hourly BISI here, that was at about 9:30 this morning. Again, we could see that price was strong and continued to drop through Asia low and then the previous day low. Also, I have this daily BISI on my chart here. This is a significant BISI on my chart. I have been bullish so long as price has remained above the daily, but as soon as price started to drop into the daily with nice big long candles, it just confirmed even more that we were going to go down. That price was going to go down significantly today. Now, what I have on the right-hand side of my chart that you can see here is embedded candles. This cluster here is the 4-hour. This cluster here is the daily. I use these as I'm watching price and determining and managing my trade. When the 6 a.m. candle, this is the 6 a.m. candle here. For most of the 6 a.m. candle, just this wick here, this is manipulation here. So price came up, which is up here, as you can see. And then at starting at about 9 o'clock this morning, price started dropping quite heavily. And so that is just another confluence to confirm my analysis that price was going to go significantly lower. And then the next candle to me that is significant is once the macro starts at 9:45 to 10:15, I want to see price drop very heavily, in which it did. And then at 10 o'clock, when the next 4-hour candle opens up, we can see that there was barely a wick on that candle. So we have a wick up, that is manipulation, and then price dumped pretty quickly. As price is moving down, I am looking to the left side of my chart. I get the question all the time, how do you stay in the trade so long? Well, there's two primary reasons. I scale down, so I'm not holding really big positions. I scale down and I look to the left-hand side of the buy maker model, and all I do is I pull over my significant or substantial bissies that price created on its way up. So all of these large bissies here, I just pull them over and I expect that price will move through them with strength, and I want to see this become resistance. And so long as price is moving through these very nicely, then I have confidence to remain in the trade. Um, I was hoping that we might we might come down to you can see here I have my sell side down here, which I've had on here for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I was thinking that price might come down to previous week low and might even hit my sell side, but that would have been quite a drop. Now, just coming back to ES here, ES was lagging, and this was another indicator to me that price was really going to move down. So while NQ was moving significantly down, ES was actually still up here at Asia low and previous day low. And so that confirmed to me that in all likelihood, ES was going to be catching up to NQ. And sure enough, once ES started to fall, it started to catch up to NQ really nicely. Next, I'm watching price. Like when price hit this level here, weekly open, all of these main levels, I am watching very carefully to see how price is going to react. I do expect some sort of reaction. Now, if I make this candle just a little bit bigger, here we are on the 5 minute. Like if we look at, say, this long black candle here, this down close candle, this came through the week open really quickly. Price comes back up and retests. I expect that. I expect a retest, and then we've got a nice big wick, which shows us that sellers are in control. And so again, I'm holding on to my trade and I'm watching for all of these clues to basically keep me in the trade. So that's the trade for today, 722 points. It was one and done. I entered once too early, and then I don't know where it went here now, but I entered on the first right here, and then I got stopped out, and then I entered again because I was very sure about my trade. So anyway, that's the trade for today. I hope you enjoyed that. Please like, share, subscribe because it encourages me to continue making videos. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And I appreciate you showing up. Okay, thanks very much. Have an awesome day. Bye for now.